Welcome back to our weekly coach show here on the Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, being joined once again by Bearette head coach Jason Reuter. And we've got one of the Bearettes with us today. Of course, we have junior Jamarian Blair. Welcome to the show again, Coach, and player there.
Thank you.
Glad to have y'all here. Coach, we got a right in the middle of a pretty tough run for the Bearettes. You talked earlier about getting the schedule toughened up, and obviously you've done that. We've met some of the best teams we'll see probably all year long, and we've got even more to come. But going back and looking at a couple of games last week, last Tuesday, Blackman was here. Good team, no doubt about it. Good coach, Wendy Scott, excellent coach, a very veteran coach. And we picked that night to have one of our worst shooting nights, probably in your tenure of 10 years. And that combination with their athleticism and their skills and their coaching, why it led to our first loss of the year. But as you've told me, we move on from that, learn from it, and accept it for what it is, and forget about it, and learn from it, but then go on to the next game.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled here with our past. I was talking to the girls just yesterday. We won at 90% clip, and someone tells me their record. I want to know who you played.
Right.
So, what's the old saying? It's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all.
Yeah.
So we're coming off a state championship that we could have easily not won, just as well as we won it. But these girls, thanks to Jamarian Blair over here and some other girls, we won state championship. So people put you on this pedestal like you're invincible. But we played Blackman, who's one of the better AAA teams in the state. We shot horrendous. Did they have something to do with that? Certainly.
Yeah.
We shot 19.6%. If you don't even follow basketball, you can do the math. That's hitting less than 1 out of 5 shots. And I went back and watched the video. Trust me, I didn't go to bed until late Tuesday night. I watched the video. We had open looks. Our offense is designed, to get open looks. We talk all the time. We don't want to have to make shots with hands in your face or miraculous up and under scoop shots. We want to make open shots, and we had our chance, and we didn't. And Blackman is a good team, and we would have lost to just about anyone on that night the way we shot.
Right, I agree with you.
But gosh, I don't want to be that guy that doesn't give them credit. They are good.
They are very good.
But we had one of those uh-oh nights, and I've been coaching 27 years. I don't have all the stats, but I know in my 10 years of coaching the Bearettes, that's the lowest percentage we've ever shot.
And that's going to be a team that'll be contending over there for Region 4 in that.
Well, to tell you how the parity is, guys, Blackman is now 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
And no offense to Blackman, certainly we play them tomorrow, they could beat us again. They've had a great player. But I'd love to play Blackman again in sub-state right here.
Well, that very well could happen there. What do you take away from a game like that, Jamarian? I know you were one of those guys. It wasn't the best night you've had either, and is that something you can learn from as a Bearette?
Most definitely, because whenever we're not shooting well, you just got to learn how to play through adversity, and things wasn't going right. We couldn't make shots, but we still only lost by 13 by shooting 19%. So I just take from that, no matter how bad you play,
Mm-hmm.
on the defensive side, you can still have a chance and still get good looks as long as you don't give up. So that's what
right.
I take.
Defense never slumps, as they say. I mean, it's
No.
always there. Speed never slumps. But, well, and we move on to the next game. We have probably, some people say, the #1 team in the state of Tennessee, and Ensworth, who won last year's championship in the private schools. They came in here and North Carolina State signed one senior on the squad. Again, a very veteran coach, Mary Cowles, who's been around forever. A deep, long, tall, talented, quick, athletic team that we saw, and we battled with them toe to toe. And they did come out on top. The final score by 8 points, I believe it was. But you score 68 points in most games, you're going to win that game. But they just had a few more points. 76-68 was the final score there. So here again, what do you take away from that?
Well, you might, like you said, some people are saying they're the best team in the state of Tennessee. We have 5 different classes in basketball. There's 9 in football.
Mm-hmm.
But they won the large private. We won the large public. We lose 3 starters. I'm not sure what they lost.
I don't either.
I think they got the majority. I don't know if they may have lost 1 or 2 role players. But anyhow, the Wagner girls going to North Carolina State. The Win girl, 21, she's a little bigger. Those two, one of those two will be Miss Basketball in the private large. They got 2 girls that are 2 favorites to be Miss Basketball.
Wow. Well,
And I was hoping that'd work against them a little bit. I was hoping they might take some bad shots, you know, for trying to get their stats up. But look, I'll show you how this game is. They played East Hamilton the night before, won 50-48. Now, anybody who follows us knows we beat East Hamilton by 35 points. East Hamilton didn't have a starter, but not their best player. And then they come to us the next night. Win was 4 of 13 from the foul line, number 21.
missed 9 in a row, I heard.
Yeah, and against us, she was 12 for 13.
Yeah.
So that's just basketball for you.
It is.
Look, our kids didn't quit. Jamarian went down with an ankle injury. Help me out, Jamarian. Was it kind of late?
Second
It was
quarter.
like
Late in the second quarter?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my heart skipped a few beats because she doesn't usually lay on the floor. And I just got to her, and she was in agony. And I've learned this: when you get to your kid, tell me it's tell me it's your ankle. Tell me it's your ankle. You're saying, why would you want to hear that? Because if it's not the ankle, it's probably what?
The knee.
It's the knee.
ACL.
And I've had, in my career, I've had 4 girls tear that ACL. When that happens, or some are done forever. But not all of them. I'm just
Right.
saying. But when she told me it was the ankle, I said, we're going to get through this, whether it's 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks. But if it's the knee, sometimes it's season ending. And we got her off the floor, and she came back and played hard.
Yeah, she did. And I look out there, and I'm sure others do, and see first thing kids do, like they grab their head, like, I know you didn't hit your head. I didn't think you did. And I thought, well, it's hurting somewhere else. But speak to that injury now. Are you okay with the ankle, or are you still working on it a little bit?
It's still swollen, but I'm ready to get back on the court because.
Well, the good news is you've got several days off from
Yeah.
Saturday to this Friday because we don't play on Tuesday not like we normally do during
Right.
regular season.
But I'm as long as I tape it and stuff and just do not too much, but just the right amount, I
Right.
feel like I should be able to go Friday 100%. So.
It's a fine line. I don't take. She set out yesterday basically with Juju, our trainer, and Juju said, do you need her today? And I said, I'd rather get her healthy.
Right.
And so we set her out. I said, if we were playing in the sub-state, she goes, oh, I'd be playing. Well, we weren't playing in sub-state on Monday. So I don't know. She's going to try to practice today. A smarter coach than me might sit her out again today. But basketball is such a rhythm sport. If you don't keep the rhythm going, please, football fans, don't take this against me, but, if I'm injured, I'm a lineman, I'm a linebacker, I'm not the quarterback that maybe has to make the passes or the receiver, I might be able to sit out all the way up to game time and still be just as productive. But when you're in
Right. basketball,
basketball, we're having so much continuity. We got to,
Yeah.
I want her, she's my point guard, and, we're talking about her injury here, we're talking about Ensworth. I want to do the right thing. We'll evaluate. We'll get her out there today, and we'll see how she moves. And if she don't move the way I like, I'm going to pull her out.
Well, also, since we're looking back a little bit here, I'd like to give a shout. Last night, the Bearettes JV team hosted McMinn Central here and had a big-time win, 61-21 the final there. And saw some good, young, impressive players, some that mix in with the varsity, and some that are not, they're just strictly JV. But Katie Frazier and her team looked pretty good last night.
They did. They ran the floor really well and shared the ball, and we've got some young kids there. I hate to bring up names because you're going to leave people out, but Hannah Jones, Sloan Carpenter, McKenna Miles,
Carsey Weber.
Carson Weber was a sophomore. We got 3 sophomores on that team.
Erica Swick looked pretty good.
Erica Swick, Morgan Cartwright, and Caitlin Leffert.
And they all played well, I thought.
We played well, but they should. We've had a lot of time with them. We've had a lot of practice, and McMinn Central's a little down right now compared to their golden years. And but I'm seeing small improvement. It's a little bit like getting better as a basketball team, Gary. It's a little bit like saving money. I don't know how many people's gotten rich overnight. It's a little bit at a time.
Good
a little bit
analogy.
at a time. Just
Good
a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
You can ask Jamarian. I tell them when they come to practice every day, we got to get just a little bit better every day. Just a little bit better. As long as my team is doing this, I don't care how slow it is. As long as they're doing this and not staying the same, then are getting worse,
You'll
then
be okay
I'm
then.
happy. I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. We've talked about all the games that took place in the last few days. Friday night, Jamarian, crosstown rival Cleveland. What's that game mean to you? You're a junior this year. This will be your third year. Now, you've played them several times, you know,
Yeah.
twice a year at least. So what's it mean to you getting to play them? And we're at home Friday night, in case folks don't know that.
It means a lot. It feels like, you know, they're a crosstown rivalry. I went to middle school with most of those girls. So just to be
You
able
talking
to play
trash with them yet?
Yeah, I already did that, you know. But they didn't talk trash back, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just feels really good because, you know.
It's a big game. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
district
just
game too, which is even more important.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, I'm ready.
Well, Coach, how do you prepare your team? I mean, you look at it as another game. It's a district game. It's a rival game. It's a home game. There's a lot of things there.
No. I've heard coaches, I've read it in the paper, or I've heard them say it in person. Hey, we just treat it like another game. No,
You beg to differ, huh?
it's not just another game. This is Bradley versus Cleveland. I've been very blessed. 10 years, we've lost one time. I don't know how many we've won. I'm sure you can tell me that they're a little bit better. Some people may be wondering, we've lost 2 in a row. You didn't bring that up, thank you. The first time ever we've lost 2 in a row at home. I think we had a 30-some game winning streak at home.
37.
37. A lot of people are wondering, could this be the year Cleveland gets them? Cleveland's playing pretty well. Cleveland is 6-2, I believe. Or
I believe
6
so. Did they win last night?
They play tonight against Ottawa.
Okay.
I'm going to assume they'll win. They won Saturday at Cookeville by 1. Maryville beat them by 1 last Tuesday. Maryville's one of the better AAA teams. I guess when people say that, they're trying to say it's just another game. They're saying we prepare for every game the same. You don't want to get too high and get too low, but you want people to understand that this, I mean, is Duke, North Carolina just another game?
No.
Is
Absolutely not.
Lady Vols play UConn?
Alabama,
Is that
Auburn?
just
No.
another game?
No.
Well, how can this is our crosstown rival? You know, we go to church with people on Sunday, and then on Friday night we want to beat their brains out in basketball or football.
So it's just another game. We wouldn't have a full house. over
well,
here at
there'll
Jim's
be
Meeting Arena.
2,900 people, and whatever that capacity is, it'll be full. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well,
But we do have to prepare consistently. Like, the last thing I need to do is come in a locker room. I've learned this from trial and error. I don't need to come in and, if you don't win this game, you know, the world's going to stop turning. That's what I think coaches mean. You don't want to put more pressure on these young ladies.
Right.
But I don't have to get them hyped up for Cleveland game. I'm having to bring them. I mean, they're ready to bust through the door. Okay, like she said, she went to elementary school at Waterville, and then she went to middle school at Cleveland Middle, and now she's here. So there's all kinds of connecting. We've even had relatives playing each other in this game. So,
Absolutely, yeah. That's part of the rivalry that makes us great, I guess. You know, it's for bragging rights, but it's more important than the games we've played to this point because it's a district game, and you want to win those district games.
yeah, this is the most important game we've played all year. Is first district game, and it's against Cleveland, and I'm interested to see. And it's my job to get them ready. There'll be no excuses about not having enough time. No knock against Ottawa. I don't even know that Cleveland has had to do much preparing for Ottawa. They played Saturday, we played Saturday. I'm sure their focus has been on us. And our focus is on them. And I watched film for 2 hours last night, and all I can do is try to get my girls ready. I think they'll be ready. I just pray for their health. I don't pray about wins and losses. I just pray that, you know, Jamarian's healthy. We got Ashlyn Cretton, who's still out with a back injury. She may practice first time. I don't know, she's been out, what, a week at least?
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of variables, and health is one of them. We need to get healthy. So, but I'm looking forward to, you know, they'll hear this out of my mouth. There's a lot of kids that play high school sports. Can you imagine all the kids playing sports around this country? And I'm not saying we're the Mecca here by any means. I mean, I've been to a high school football game with 10,000 people. I played in a high school basketball game with 23,000 people, but most high school kids never get to play in a high school game with an environment like the Bradley Cleveland
Right.
game.
It's something special.
It's something special. So, and use that. We're going to use that energy, and we're going to use that hype, I guess, to help us, not hinder us.
Well, obviously, it's going to be an exciting night. As you say, it's a home game right here Friday night. We've actually got a 4-game set with girls JV beginning, I guess, at 3:30, and the boys JV and the girls varsity at 6, the boys at 7:30. It's going to be streamed live by the BCH Bear Network on Facebook and YouTube. It's going to be on Mix 104, and also streamed audio streamed on Mix104.com there, so you can listen to it, watch it, and it should be an exciting night. We're going to wrap it up for now with Coach Jason Reuter. Sorry to call you Chuck Clark. And Junior Jamarian Blair. For now, this is Gary Ownbey saying so long, and God bless, and go Bears.